All right, what is going on, guys? It is the Chasing Waypoints podcast. We are back for another episode in the new studios, Adventure Taco Studios. I'm going to have to come up with an intro for that. You know, it's like the Steven Spielberg thing or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But first and foremost, before we get into any kind of episode, I want to thank everybody that tuned in on, Friday, yesterday, for the first ever live stream. It was a pretty good time. Had Scotty from Baja Rally in, and we were talking about the basically the Dakar and the halfway point. Which, speaking of which, the halfway point, it's time to move on. That's right. It is stage number 7 getting ready. The guys are being woken up as we speak, I'm sure, if not already had their breakfast and getting their morning stretches in and getting to go. Yeah, here we go. Second week of Dakar. Can't wait to see how it gets shaken up. A lot of stuff happening in that first week. So let's see what this second week has for us. So we'll talk a little bit about the upcoming days. I'll give you guys a quick stage briefing, the standings, and then we'll get right to it because we've got some Supercross to watch. All right, so let's get back into this real quick here. Let's turn down this party here, you know, real professional-like and all. And then let's get into, let's see here. I got a couple of things. Oh, yeah. So, all right. So if you guys were listening to yesterday's or were watching and tuned in to yesterday's episode or live stream, we talk about a bunch of different things. And one of those was that we were talking about injuries. And, obviously Petrucci going down. Ross Branch going down, which today I heard it looks like he's going to be lining up again. So the leg that we thought was broken actually wasn't. Just bruised pretty bad and some internal bleeding, which sounds really bad. It is pretty bad, but he is going to tough it out and he's going to continue on. But the other one, I was thinking it was Quintanilla with the broken collarbone, but it's actually Beretta. So I said in the episode that it was Quintanilla with the broken collarbone, but I was mistaken. It was actually Joan Beretta, and so he's continuing on. I don't know. I haven't had an update and see how it healed over the rest day. But it was pretty cool, you know, that he came out and the whole team was there. They had a whole little thing for him, just clapping and cheering him on as he got ready to do the stage. So we've got our dogs in the background here. They are our cheerleaders. I don't know if you guys can hear them on the microphone, but I'm sure they'll go away. They probably don't recognize me. They're not used to seeing me down here. Oh well. Okay. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's see how much time do we have, and on the rest day, and how everything is shaken down. Let's see here. Going over to our trusty Dakar app. 701 kilometers today. So let's see what that is total. 701 times 0.62. 701 times 0.62. 434 miles, right around 435 miles today for everybody at the Dakar. So that should be pretty interesting. 402 of those kilometers are going to be special stage, or roughly, let's see, 249 miles. So here we go again, another San Felipe 250 minus the whoops, and then hopefully minus the ruts. I don't want to get to the gas stop and then figure out that the stage was stopped again. And so there was definitely some stuff that went down with that stage, and there's a lot of opinions as to why it was stopped, and the general feeling is that a lot of the lead riders or the riders that had made it past got hosed on that, especially considering that that it was known that it was coming up. So, and speaking of which, known and coming up, I did get a chance. Mason Klein has obviously been the center of attention for a lot of people reaching out and trying to get some words out of him and do that. And I promised him, I was going to kind of stay out of his hair and try and do it. But I did reach out because I did have a couple of questions just to see how he was feeling on the rest day, and then what he thought on and about stage 6. So I wanted to share that really quick with you guys. He did get back to me. So we'll take a listen to that, and then we'll get into the starting order for today's stage, and then we'll call it quits. Let's get to some Supercross. So, all right, here we go.
All right, 8 a.m. Just woke up. Second time recording this. I don't know how this happened. This is my sleeping in. 4 extra hours than normal. Couldn't be more stoked to make it to rest day. My plans for rest day: hang out. I think the rest of the team went to a hotel. They'll be back here around 2 p.m. or something. I wanted to stay here, hang out, talk to people, look at all the cars and all the bikes, and see what goes on. You wait all year to get here. I'm not going to go run off to some silly hotel. I'm going to hang out and be here for everything. I think it's just what I wanted. Yeah, stoked. So plans for rest day: hang out. Next, stage 6. The problem was everybody knew it was going to be dangerous. I think Sam Sunderland even did an interview saying, yeah, it's going to be a dangerous day. We're going to have to take it easy. Cars destroy the course. I think they've done this before. And they've canceled the stage, according to Toby. Everybody knew it was going to be bad. The problem is we started the day. And I feel like once we started, that was it. The decision was made. I don't think it was right to stop the race halfway through, especially because they already made us do the riding. Like, it was over. And I felt like it wouldn't be any worse than going out to ride on the Mint 400 course. Actually, it might have been even better than the Mint 400 course. That's what I was thinking when I was out there. There was no whoops. It was just 2-track and messed up sand dunes. And we were even going to get our own 100-kilometer sand dune section today. So it would have been all right, I think. Yeah, I think they shouldn't have ended it after the race started, but I also think that they shouldn't have started the race with putting us on the same course. That's just my opinion. Other people have their own opinion. I'm sure this is kind of what they were thinking too. We probably should have just toughed it out. And now everybody probably looks like a bunch of girly girls for complaining about rocks. So, yeah. Good day though. Still finished 6th. Moved me up in the overall. Now I'm top 10. I'm in 10th overall. I think I'm like 11 minutes back from 9th and only a minute back from 11th and 2 minutes back from 12th. So I'm not really in the top 10. Still a lot more racing to go. Hopefully we can do some things that really keep me there. Have a good night, and thank you for letting me give you some words. Bye.
All right. So that was Mason on his rest day, and that was I thought that was pretty cool. You know, him being basically, you know, he worked hard to get there, trained, and a lot of people behind him and supporting him to be there, and he decided, you know, hey, I want to hang out in the bivouac. You know, this is something that I've been waiting for and wanted to do, and well, there he is. And so it's I guess how do we, if you want to put it poetically, it's a kid amongst giants. And he's, you know, we can't neglect that he's young. But at the same time, you can also not ignore the fact that he is riding and behaving himself and really just taking it all in, like someone that's been there for years and years. So I've said that a bunch of times, and I wholeheartedly believe that, and it's really awesome to see it. And then I do, you know, honestly, I do agree with him. Is, you know, if the organization knew this was going in, that hey, this was going to be pretty bad, you know. I'm curious of what happened on the the zero car or the pre-ride car or whoever it was that scouted the course, before the bikes went out. They must have thought that it was all right. And there's other ways of doing it. I've heard other people talk about it, and it's something as simple as like, hey, let's just go ahead and, we're going to hold everybody at the fuel stop for an hour. We need to get our resources together. We need to get some people taken care of. We're going to neutralize at the fuel stop. Everybody chill. And then we'll let you guys go, because we know that the upcoming course is virgin, hasn't been touched, and you guys will get your own race that day. But rather than do that, they basically canceled the stage. More than half of it. They literally only raced for 62 miles, which is, is a heartbeat for some of these guys. It's Ricky Brabeck and those guys won't even get out of bed for a 62-mile trail ride, because it's not even worth it to them. As far as training goes and getting a road book in, they want to put, some miles in. That's just how they ride and how they do it. And especially for somebody like him that was looking to capitalize on a day like today, where it's going to be a little bit, or a day like the other day, where it's going to be a little bit rougher. So unfortunately, that's not how it shook down, but I hope that it did not set a precedent, and that we're going to see this continue on for the rougher stages, quote unquote, the rest of the rally. I would much rather see them neutralize at a place that makes sense, and then continue the rally on from there. So let's see here. Let me go back and let's take a look. So that was catching up with Mason on his rest day. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen. It looks like he just has a blister on his finger from using the clutch. I think that's, he's doing fairly well compared to a lot of people. Even on this was, he recorded that in the morning. So I'm guessing that after a full night's sleep, and he sounds pretty good, just waking up or whatever. So that I think is definitely a good place to be. He doesn't sound fatigued and tired and just like, totally beat up. So that's a good thing. All right. So let's see. Let's go back. All right. So we already know that they're going to be doing about 250 miles of special today. Then it looks like they've got another liaison of 299 kilometers. So let's take a look at that. So 299 times 0.62, and that gives us 185 miles. So these guys will be commuting for about 185 miles for today's stage. Remember, as always, the liaison is the gap between the bivouac to the start line, and then from the finish line to the bivouac again. So it doesn't mean it's split evenly. Sometimes it's you're starting out at the back of the bivouac, and then all 182 miles or 185 miles are on the back end. Sometimes they're all on the front end. It kind of varies a little bit. I'm sure these guys would rather do it in the afternoon when the temperatures are a little warmer, but sometimes the way the stages are, that's just not going to happen. So this is, definitely for sure. We're wishing luck to all the teams and getting everybody back around. It's the second half of the Dakar, and I think it's going to be a good show for sure. Okay, so let's get into the starting order for today. All right, let's see. We're going to go here. That is not there yet. We'll go to live, the bikes, and then we're going to go to stage 7 for today. All right, so we're officially 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 10 seconds away from the start of stage number 7. Let's take a look at the starting order for today. So it looks like it's going to be Daniel Sanders leading out on the Gas Factory Racing bike. Sam Sunderland behind him on the Gas. So 1-2 for those guys. Matthias Wagner on the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing bike, third offline. Pablo Quintanilla going to be fourth off the line on the Monster Energy Honda. Ricky Brabeck fifth on the Monster Energy Honda. Mason Klein going to be sixth on BAS Dakar KTM Racing Team. Then it's going to be Svetko in the Slanoff Rally Team, followed by Adrian Van Beveren on the Monster Energy Yamaha Rally Team. And eighth, Toby Price, ninth, going to be on the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing bike. And then followed by Joaquin Rodriguez on the 10th spot. 10th off the line, Hero Motorsports Team Rally. Luciano Benavides on the Husky is going to be 11th off of the line, followed by Bradley Cox. Bradley Cox also on the BAS Dakar KTM Racing Team and is also competing for the title in the Rally 2 category. So that is the same as Mason Klein. Mason right now leading that class by, I believe, just a little over 30 minutes. So not bad. And then Luciano Santolino, 13th on the Sherco TBS Rally Factory. John Beretta Bort on that Monster Energy Honda, 14th. And Kevin Benavides, last year's champion, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, 15th. Andrew Short, 16th, Monster Energy Yamaha Rally. Then it is Goncalves on the Sherco TBS Rally Factory, 17th off the line. Gesma on the Orland team, he's 18th off the line. And then John Brabeck, I believe that is, on the Strojren Racing bike. And then Xavier Desultre, HT Rally Raid, Husqvarna Racing, going to be 20th. And then it is Nacho Cornejo. Let's see here. Refreshed for us here. Monster Energy Honda, 21st off the line. So interesting that with Nacho being that far back in the starting order, he's got a lot of tracks he's going to have follow. So the navigation on this next stage should be pretty straightforward for him. The top 6 guys, though, that are up top, you have Sanders, Sunderland, Walkner, Quintanilla, Brabeck, and Klein. Those guys are going to have to navigate pretty gnarly stuff or really thoroughly, I should say. But unfortunately, that means that's also going to slow them down a little bit. So hopefully it's an easy navigation stage. And then, Mason falls back on all of his training. All of these guys fall back on their training. They already know about the surprises that the road book can hold. So hopefully everything lines up for these guys, and we can get to see them stick towards the top and step off of the Dakar swing. So that is your starting order. That was at least top 15 for that. Definitely looking forward to that stage. It's like, again, they got another 250 miles that they're going to be racing today. So hopefully everybody has a good time and it's a safe stage for everybody. Everybody rested up, and I'm definitely looking forward to waking up tomorrow morning to some new results, and hopefully it's all good. So, all right. Anyway, with that being said, guys, again, I really appreciate everybody tuning in yesterday to the YouTube live stream. We're going to be doing some more of that stuff. We're working on it now. So I will fill you guys in here over the next couple of days with what the game plan is. And I am absolutely excited. That was a lot of fun. And also being able to see the live chat and everybody hanging out and chatting and chiming in and doing all that stuff. That was totally awesome. And then also thanks to Scotty for making the trek across the border, coming up from the land of Baja, and taking a break from the Baja Rally thing and coming up and checking out the new studio, and then talking Dakar with us. So anyway, with that being said, let's go see some Supercross. All right, that is the wrap for the Chasing Waypoints podcast this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you heard. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and a bunch of others. Also, follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook under Chasing Waypoints, Instagram Chasing Waypoints _official, and of course, the YouTube under Chasing Waypoints. Hope everybody has a good week. We will see you guys for the next episode. Remember, shiny side up, and don't forget to tag us. We want to see where you guys are riding and what you guys are up to. Have a great week.